Good evening, folks, and welcome into the Number 2 Sports and Wellness Center. My name is Jeff McIntyre for High Button Sports, bringing you an under-18 major matchup between the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush and the Cole Harbour Hunters.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the Number 2 Sport Wellness Center and to today's game between the visiting Martian Mill Company Hunters and your Sydney Mitsubishi Rush. At this time, we ask you to please rise, remove any hats for the play of our national anthem.
And we're just about ready to get things kicked off here. Starting goalies for this evening's game for the Hunters is Noah Paulk, number 1. And his counterpart at the other end for the Rush is also number 1, Mason Doucette. Both teams trying to get off to a strong start this weekend with a back-to-back set. And here we go. Rush control it off the draw, right off the bat. Hunters have a chance. Shot blocked partially by Morrison and dribbles into the corner. Back to the point. Quick shot blocked as well. Rebounds there. Fought for in the slot, but comes free for the Rush. Here's Miller down the line. Gains center and fires it down into the Hunters' end. Played up there quickly by Paul. Quick pass into the middle. It's knocked away. Morrison steps up and finds it. It's played to the boards. That clearing attempt is knocked down. Quick pass off a stick into the corner. Dangerously in front of Doucette. Played out to the neutral zone, but sent right back in by the Hunters. Quick stretch pass connects. Miller will get the line and fire it in, go for a change. Here's Worth. He is passed, no look. Taken over. And at the line by McPhee, his shot wide of the net. Rims off the boards and back the other way come the Hunters. Pass ahead, connects. Shot from just inside the blue line, easily held. Coletta testing Doucette early, but he's equal to the task. Tried to go behind the net with it was Berman. And the Rush defenseman trip, chopped on goal, stopped there by Doucette. And it's behind the net. Berman plays it back for McPhee. He has to take it in his feet. Played up the wing and just does get outside the line. Icing's going to be waved off. Here's Worth with it. Plays it behind his net. Heb in forechecking. Hako plays it up the wing into the middle. Here's Coletta with a head of steam. Gains the line. Tries to go wide on Berman, has the puck knocked away. Rush take over possession, but can't quite get it outside the line with possession. Here's Hako. He'll gain the line, walks in, quick shot. That ramps off a shin pad and up over the glass. Hunters with the early shot advantage, 3-0. So 2 minutes into the game. McIntyre tries to go straight ahead with it, gloves it down and tries to skate it onto it. Pass into the middle, finds Lee. Lee walks in, shot. Pad saved by Paul. Into the corner. Rush back the other way. Puck gets a little far ahead. McLean steps in. McIntyre battling along the boards, comes free. Played it up the wing, just out of the reach of Crawley. Kept in at the line momentarily. And Parker Lee will finish the job. And we have a odd man rush the other way. Partial break. Quick shot. Wide of the net. And it'll rim all the way around. Chipped ahead, but a little bit of back and forth in the neutral zone. Baldwin walks in. Has one man to beat McLeod. McLeod does well to force him to the outside. Played into the middle. Here's Gibbs into the slot. Quick shot, deflected just wide of the near post. Doucette does well to sweep that to the corner. Comes free into the middle. Crawley can't take it cleanly though. That shot's blocked at the line. Played into the neutral zone, but wide of Swift's stick, and it'll slide down into the Hunters' end. Swift will leave it there for Worth. Worth gets it ahead. In over the line come the Hunters. Shot towards the goals, knocked down by Miller. Ethan Miller, that is, of the Rush. Rush trying to work it out along the boards. Into the middle, comes free. Gibbs couldn't take it cleanly though, and it'll slide out to the neutral zone, and now it'll be fired right back in. Doucette out to stop it for Morrison. Morrison with it up to the wing. Connects there with Syliboy. Played into the middle of the ice, but that pass doesn't connect. Dangerously lost there by Worth, and lucky for him, the on-rushing player couldn't take it to the net. Now we have Andrew Urquhart back the other way, chipped into the middle. Pass on the back door, just out of the reach. Shot from the point is patted away by Doucette. Hunter's putting lots of pucks toward the net. Here's Hocko at the point. He'll walk in, takes a shot. Might have been going wide, but it was stopped by Doucette on the half wall, and the referee lost sight of the puck. It was definitely loose along the side of the goal, but the Rush will take the quick whistle. Doucette will stop it behind his net. Here's McPhee with it. McPhee, quick pass up the wing. Cross ice feed. It's going to be jumped there by Hum. Hum walks around one man, centering pass. Lying there. Cleared off the line in time. Battle behind the net. Comes free for the Rush. Looking for that stretch pass. Just about connected with Miller. Deflected into the end. Icing's waved off. Paul plays it ahead for Boudreau. Boudreau puts it ahead. That's Cameron Urquhart. Knocked off the puck by McIntyre. Loose puck in the corner. Played to the point. Swift steps up for it. Walks around one man. Centering pass. Big stop by Doucette, and that'll ramp up off his equipment, and over the glass it'll go. Scrambly play inside the Rush end. They get away with it with that great stop by Doucette. That's played to the front of the net off of McLean's shin guards into the corner. Rush pick it up now. Here's Dunn with it. He'll gain the line. Has it knocked off his stick. Coletta leaves it for his D partner, or his defenseman, pardon me. Rubbed out along the boards is Coletta, and it's played back down. There's Swift again to Coletta into the middle. That's shut down by Heb, and he plays it down. Dunn will give chase. Strips his man of the puck. Tries to bank it in off Polk, but he shuts it down. Hunters regrouping in their own end. High aerial pass connects into the neutral zone. Shot, they score! Great drop pass by the Hunters off that aerial. I think it was Remy Beliveau that picked the corner on Doucette to open the scoring. Great aerial pass to get out of the zone and create a 3-on-2 rush for the Hunters, and they make no mistake. 14-13 remaining in the first, and they take an early 1-0 lead in this one. That pass never gets to its target, Lee. He picks it out of his feet, goes the other way for the rush. Quick shot on goal, that's blocked. And in transition come the Hunters. Urquhart passes it out to the wing, gets it back. Chipped on goal, but that's wide of the net. Rush have it now, trying to break it out. Just does squeak outside the line. Guthrow forechecking. Pass gets across to Hocko. Hocko will play it in cross corner. There's Liam McLeod. Fires it hard off the glass, but that's kept in by Worth. Hops over the stick of Crawley. Here's Hocko. Quick shot. Dangerous place to let that shot go. He might have ticked off a body. Never actually reached the net, I don't believe. Rush trying to gain some steam. Ethan Miller chips it in and gives chase. Tries to take it away from Worth, but the Hunters can't quite get it out. Tipped in front. Quick shot from McPhee was deflected by Miller. Nice save with the paddle by Polk. .13:01 left in the first period. Face-off controlled by the Rush. McPhee across to Berman. His shot wide of the goal. Back to McPhee at the point. They'll play it down low off the glass. No one there for the Rush. It's picked up by Urquhart. His pass ahead to Boudreau connects. He has a man in the back door. Can't quite find Ludi. That'll be put down by Morris. Back to Urquhart in the corner. He leaves it there for Urquhart. His shot paddled away nicely by Doucette. Back to the point. There's Hum. Quick shot off a body in front. Never reached the net. Played to Gideon on the boards. Pass is connected with Syllaboy, but that dump in doesn't quite reach. And back the other way quickly come the Hunters. McIntyre in on Boudreau in the corner. Battle for it there. Chips ahead. Just battled outside the line by Austin Miller. Puck's turned over in the offensive zone by the Rush. Here come the Hunters yet again. Puck's dumped in. Doucette leaves it there. Angus Huey McLean leaves it for McIntyre. McIntyre stretches it ahead to Miller. Miller can't quite advance the puck at the blue line. Baldwin is knocked off the puck. Stretch pass is knocked away before it can reach its target of Coda Lewis. Puck's down into the corner again. McIntyre will play it up the wing. Into the middle. McIntyre will get a second chance with it. He'll gain the line. Fires it down low. He's knocked off the puck. Hunters come again. Lewis can't quite keep it in at the line. They'll have to tag up. Swift plays it across. Stretch pass just off the stick of McKnight. McIntyre reverses play. No one quite there for the Rush, unfortunately for him. Hunters take over possession. Back to the point. One-timer, fanned on. Heb couldn't find it in his skates, and the shot comes through to the net. Through a maze of bodies, and it's stopped by Doucette. .10:44 remaining in the first period. Hunters out to a 1-0 lead. Face-off controlled by the Rush, but kept in at the line. Hako plays it to the far corner, and it's rimmed all the way around. First man on it is Andrew Urquhart. He'll play it behind the net for Baldwin. His centering pass is cut off nicely by the Rush. And back the other way they try to come, but it's turned over in the neutral zone. Pass was out of the reach of Heb. Here's McLeod. Leaves it there. Pass for Heb is off a stick, never reaches McLeod. That'll head down softly onto Polk. It'll pile up in front. Couple of guys exchanging pleasantries. Hunters control the drop. Look to break it out of their zone. Pass up the wing, connects into the middle. That'll miss everyone, but not quite make the icing line. Morrison has it. His stretch pass kept in momentarily. Partial 2-on-1 if the Rush hurry. Here's Lewis. Can't quite get it across to Miller. And back the other way come the Hunters. Drop pass connects with Urquhart. His shot off the arm of Doucette and over the net. Sharp angle shot, fought off nicely by Doucette. Urquhart fired it from a sharp angle, but Doucette knifed it away. Here's Berman leading the Rush, tries to find Miller on the back door. Worth steps in to negate that rush. Miller picks it up off the boards. He's separated from the puck. That flip pass doesn't get outside the zone. Berman has a shot off a stick and over the glass. And we've reached our first commercial break of the evening. We'll be back with you shortly.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
And we're back, folks. Face-off coming inside the Hunter zone. Rush looking to tie things up. Hunters control the draw. Quick pass up the wing, connects with Boudreau. He'll skate it out. He'll gain the line, and that's just offside. His winger was a step ahead of him. Hum plays it across. Played in deep by the Hunters. Boudreau overskates it. Played into the middle. Lee takes it over there. Plays it to an open corner. Played back to the point by Cameron Urquhart. Shot towards the goal is kicked away by Doucette. Played behind the net by Boudreau. And it's stripped away there by Lee, and he'll fire it down the ice. Just going to miss the net, and that'll be an icing call on the Rush. Rush try to go straight ahead with it off the draw. Berman has a step. He's sealed off along the boards, but the puck's dumped down behind the Hunters' goal. Played up the wing, connected with Boudreau. Boudreau into the middle. Glove down nicely there by Urquhart. He walks in, takes a shot right into the crest of Doucette, and he'll hold for a whistle. Looks like he's a little shaken up after the shot. Might have caught him in a vulnerable area. Looks to be okay. Referee giving him a second to shake it off. McIntyre comes through the middle with it. Plays it out wide. Looks to get the return pass, but can't pick it up, and that's played all the way around. That's going to slide all the way down for an icing. Face off inside the March and Mills Hunters zone. That's a mouthful. Played around off the boards. Connected with Morris. Morris plays it ahead. Baldwin has it dropped, and it's off a stick and over the net. Rush trying to sort things out in their own zone. Played back to the point by the Hunters. Played down low. Jumps over the stick. Centering pass. Big glove save by Doucette off the one-timer. Nice cycle play down low and a quick shot towards the goal, but Doucette's equal to the task. Shots are up to 13-4 in favor of the Hunters with 7:39 remaining in the first period. Quick shot from the point, blocker saved by Doucette. Rebound onto the half wall. Gibbs tries to keep it in, and it's bounced off the boards and out to the neutral zone. Gibbs with it, fans on that headman pass, gets another chance, he'll get it to Martin. Martin plays it ahead, connects with Ludi. Ludi spins off his man. Back to the point, quick shot. Glove stopped by Doucette. Shot may have been going wide, but Doucette not taking any chances on that one. McLeod behind his own goal, plays it high off the boards, kept in at the line, knife towards the goal and kicked away by Doucette yet again. Puck's played ahead, just out of the reach of Andrea, and back the other way comes the Hunters. Cut up there by Ludi, played behind the net, but out of the reach of his running mate. Morrison will pin it up along the boards, wait for some help. Lewis comes in, but away with the puck comes Urquhart. Backhand shot high over the net. Doucette trying to regain his stature in the net. Lost his stick for a moment, but still made the stop. It's flipped to the line. It'll just skip over the stick. And here's Hako with it in his own zone. Plays it ahead. Just chopped off the stick there of Ludi, and it'll be played down. Hunters will go for a quick change. Morrison with it behind his goal. His pass is intercepted. He fanned on it. Pass into the corner. Back to the point. Quick shot off a body into the just behind Doucette. I don't think he had to make a stop on that one. That shot is deflected off the shin pads. Partial break. Shot. They score! The classic block at one end, breakaway at the other, and the Rush tie the game at 1. 5:52 remaining in the first period. Dylan Gideon finds the back of the net. Good defense leads to good offense. And we're back to square one. Off the draw, straight ahead with it is Urquhart. Had one, that is Cameron Urquhart, pardon me. There's two Urquharts on this team. He couldn't quite beat his man. Played back to the point. Shot towards the goal is blocked there by McPhee. McPhee back the other way for the Rush. He'll gain the line. Oh, pardon me, that's Berman. Berman with a shot. That's blocked before it could get to the goal. Into the middle. McPhee, quick shot again. That's blocked. Quick pass into the middle, just wide of its target. Played to the point for McPhee. Quick little wrist shot towards the goal. Easy stop by Polk. And he'll hold for a whistle. 5:15 remaining in the first. Hunters control it off the draw. Just kept in at the line, and the shot is well wide of the net. Parker Lee steps up, but can't get it deep. Swift regains possession for the Hunters. Played off a body and out to the neutral zone. Here's Angus Huey McLean for the rush. Just flips it ahead. Possession is taken now. Here's McKnight. McKnight into the middle. No one there for the Hunters, but the pass doesn't get outside the line. Big collision there, but the puck's left for McIntyre. He'll play it around one man. He'll gain the line and dump it in. Swift back, or pardon me, that's Gibbs on it. Plays it ahead for Swift. That's played off the boards and it'll just get outside the line. Rush tag up and give chase. Played ahead. Here's Urquhart. Couldn't get an angle on Angus Huey McLean. There's Guthrow. Can't quite get the puck around his man. Parker Lee hands it off to Urquhart. He's one-on-one. McIntyre keeps him to the outside. Shot on goal. Not sure if Doucette saw it, but it's chopped over the net. Pass into the middle. Here's Hocko. Can't take it cleanly. He'll get another look, though. Good stick from Guthrow. Knocks it off his stick. Potential 2-on-1 if they hurry. Here's Crawley. Quick shot. Rebounds there. McIntyre can't find it. He'll chop it off a stick and down into the corner. Rush will go for a quick change. That pass is fanned on yet again by Hocko. He gets another chance as the Rush couldn't find it. He'll rush it right up the gut into the middle. Quick shot. Shoulder stop by Doucette. Can't believe he was able to get that shot away, to be honest. Puck's played off a set of skates. Hunters take over inside the zone. Played back down low. Beliveau gets a shoulder on it, but he can't pick up possession. Morrison will get it for the Rush. Plays it off the boards. Tough pass to take. And McLeod has it behind his net. He can't pick it up as Belivau's there. He'll get another opportunity. Played ahead. Dunn had himself in the trolley tracks. Couldn't pick up the pass, but avoided the big check. And it's flipped high into the corner. Hunters will have to tag up. Baldwin in forechecking on Morrison. Morrison protects the puck well. And he plays it off the boards. It'll ramp up over the glass. Both teams go for wholesale changes. 2:43 remaining in the first. Hunters 1, Rush 1. Rush control off the draw. Berman plays it around for Miller. Miller tries to chip it around his man, but can't find him. Puck comes into the middle of the ice. It's flipped high into the neutral zone. There's Gibbs with it. Spins and fires. That's dumped in by the Hunters. Doucette will come out to play it. Loses in his feet and gives a bit of a shot to the on-rushing Hunters player. Lays him onto the back of the net. Miller waits for his mates to tag up. Drops it off there. Quick shot. Angus Huey McLean hits a set. Oh, sorry, that's Coda Lewis. Pardon me. He hits a set of shin pads before it could get to the goal. Rush doing well to keep the puck inside the zone. It'll be turned over to Gibbs. He reverses play. Played up the boards. That pass connects. Hunters are out of their zone. Over the line. Ludi drops it off there. Swift keeps it in momentarily. Battling with Miller. Andrea comes in to help out. Takes a cross check or two from Martin as well. And it's found by the Hunters and flipped down onto Doucette. Lots of time for the Rush to make a play here. Dangerously in front of his own net. Pass behind Lewis. And to the middle. Urquhart's in. Backhand. Shot high over the net. Doucette might have got a piece of it. Some sloppy play inside the Rush zone. Berman takes a hit, reverses play, but that'll barely get to Andrea as he was a little too high in the zone. That'll be played down the ice. As we enter the last minute of play of the first, icing is the call on the Rush. Opportunity for the Hunters with a tired Rush line out there. Try to capitalize and retake the lead. They go straight ahead with it off the draw with Urquhart. Played behind the goal. Morris puts it back to the point. Finds Hako. Hako's shot's blocked by Miller, and that'll carry him all the way down the ice. Rush to get a change in. Lee in forechecking, but can't find the handle on Worth. Over the line come the Hunters. Backdoor pass off a body or a stick, and that'll be an easy stop for Doucette.
The winner of today's event split was Eric Baldwin. The amount they won, 145.
34 seconds remaining in the first period. Puck comes free. Baldwin battling Lee down in the corner. Lee takes his man out. McIntyre will play it high off the glass, and it'll get down the ice. Takes a hit for his effort. Played up quickly. Boudreau plays it to a wing, but there's no one there. Played hard off the boards. Kept in at the line. Tripping. No, actually, they do wave it off. Might have been a call, I thought. And that will do it for the first period of play. After one period of play, the Rush won and the Hunters won. Shots on goal are 19-6 in favor of the Hunters. We'll be back after the flood for the second period. Talk to you soon. And we're back for the second period of play between the Rush and the Hunters. After one period of play, it's a tie game, one apiece. Shots on goal are 19-11 in favor of the Hunters. Just about ready to get things kicked off for the second. Mason Doucette was a wall and goal for the Rush in the first period, stopping 18 of the 19 shots he faced. While Polk had to deal with a few breakaways, and he was able to stop one of the two of those. And here we go. Hunters control it off the opening faceoff. Swift plays it back into the middle for Gibbs. Gibbs plays it across. That's off the linesman. And faceoff will just be outside the Rush zone. Offside is the call. Draws scrummed, comes back for the Rush. Here's McLeod. Looks for an outlet pass. Slid down into the Hunter zone. First man on it is Gibbs. He reverses it. Played into the middle. Coda Lewis for Miller. Miller leaves it there for Morrison. His pass is cut off. And it's just flipped out to neutral ice. McLeod to Morrison. Stretch pass connects with Lewis. He gives it to the winger, and that's off the linesman. The stretch pass from the Hunters. They'll have to regroup in their own zone. Puck into the middle. That stretch pass is going to miss everyone. McLeod spins himself into the ice, gets it ahead to Miller. His backhand dump in, his glove down. Here's Swift with it in his own zone. Makes one man miss. Fires the pass up to Ludi. He'll put it into the cross corner. Here's Morrison. Plays it high off the glass. Ludi couldn't play that as he was going for a change. Hocko will. He'll gain the line and puts it down into the zone, but it is fed right back out by the Rush. Pass across the ice connects there. Played down below the goal line. Back to the line for Worth. Worth has a shot, blocked in front, rebounds there, big save, and the rebound is covered up as well by Doucette. Off the draw, controlled by the Hunters, and a quick shot from the far point by Hocko gets through, and it's gloved down by Doucette yet again. Face-off controlled, bobbled along the boards, played down behind the net. Puck will rim all the way around. First man on it there was Worth, plays it towards the goal, but it's knocked away. Boudreau regains possession for the Hunters, has a quick shot towards the goal, blocked as well. Worth keeps that puck in at the line for the second time. Boudreau thinks about a shot, played towards the goal, cut off by Berman, and his pass is lofted down the ice, just out of the reach of Crawley. He wins the race to the puck, but he's erased in the corner by Worth. Kept in at the line, quick shot towards the net, deflected in front by Guthrow. Berman can't quite keep it in, and it's chipped down the ice. Icing is the call on the Hunters. Face-off controlled at the point, played down by McLean. McIntyre steps along the half wall, battling it down low. Played down behind the net, out of the reach of Miller. Back the other way, or pardon me, that's Gideon, the goal scorer for the Rush. Shot on goal, blockered away. Puck into the corner. 3 Rush players battle for it. Comes free, but passed into the corner. McIntyre can't pick it up cleanly. Battles his man down low, though. Urquhart. Puck comes free. Played behind the goal for McIntyre. He's tripped down low, and that's going to be a tripping call on the Hunters. And we're getting a little bit of pushing and shoving. Now we got a couple of horse collars. The initial call was going to the Hunters. We'll see what comes out of the scrum. Two minutes for tripping on Cameron Urquhart is the call, and he'll be the only one heading to the box. Rush will head to the first power play of the game. 16:56 remaining in the second period. McLeod plays it to the point, but that was a tough pass to handle for Morrison. He has Baldwin on his tail. He'll win the race to the puck. Dangerously into the middle. There was a lane. If Baldwin could have found it. Good forechecking by the Hunters. Rush having a tough time getting organized here. Puck's played to the half wall. And back to Morrison, deep inside his zone. That feed is picked up, brought to the half line. Lewis will gain the blue, flips it across, hops over Miller's stick. Miller makes one man miss, and he's knocked down. Loses his stick, and that's sent down the ice. Morrison back with it. Rush looking for that quick up, but they can't take advantage of it. Here's Morrison. Finds Liam McLeod. He'll shoot it in. Rush will give chase. That pass is cut off nicely. And backhanded down the ice by the Hunters yet again. Puck doesn't quite reach Doucette. He thinks about coming out to play it. Morrison will have it pinned along the dasher. McLeod comes in to help out. Cross-ice feed on the stick of Lewis, but he bobbles it, has to turn back. Stretch pass just knifed away into the stands by Gibbs. Good step up there to negate that potential rush for the Sydney Rush. 36 seconds remaining in the Urquhart penalty. Not much to show for it so far for the Rush on this power play opportunity. Swift with it. He'll pick a spot, fire it down the ice. Berman behind his goal. He'll walk out with it, get things pointed in the right direction. Pass is in the feet of McPhee, and it'll be fired down with some authority by the Hunters. Berman will give it another go here. Slaloming through the neutral zone, but he has it knocked away by Remy Beliveau into the middle. Shot by Boudreau, stopped by Doucette. And they try to come in transition as the penalty is over. Ethan Miller with it. Tries to go widen his man, and possession's taken again by the Hunters. Here's Boudreau, cuts to the middle. Can't get the shot away initially. Double clutches, and that's stopped by Doucette, and he'll hold for a whistle. Rusher 0 for 1 on the power play. Hunters did well to kill that one off. 14:33 remaining in the second period. Face-off controlled momentarily by the Hunters. Played off the boards and out, but that's knocked down at center by Worth and played back in. McIntyre, headman pass. Guthrow chops it into the zone, takes a hit to do so. Quick shot on goal, they score! And the Rush take a 2-1 lead off what was a great play by Ben Guthrow in the neutral zone to get a stick on that pass, knowing he was going to get hit. The quick up, and Parker Lee changes the angle and finds the corner over Noah Polk. to give the Rush a 2-1 lead early in this second period. Great play by Guthrow and a better shot by Lee. Rush control it off to the restart. Played off the boards. Out of the reach of anyone on the Rush. That pass knocked down by Guthrow. Played to the boards by Lee. That'll just get outside the line. Guthrow plays it ahead for Crawley. Can't find it in his skates. Back come the Hunters. Into the middle. Quick shot. They score! Just like that, the Hunters tie it at 2. The lead was short-lived. That's Braden Martin with the bullet over Doucette's shoulder. And we have a tie game at 2. Hunters replying quickly after the Rush take a 2-1 lead. Puck sent down the ice. Gideon chasing down his man. Knocks him down, but the Hunters come away with the puck. Into the middle. Well, we have a whistle behind the play as the Hunters look to counterattack. There's 2 men behind the play, exchanging some words. Gonna get 2 minutes for roughing on Dylan Gideon of the Rush. The Hunters will head to their first power play of the game. Played back to the point. Gibbs plays it across. Back to Gibbs in the middle. Onto the half wall for Swift. Swift trades places with Gibbs. Tries the one-time shot. Nope. Back into the middle. Shot on goal. On the back door. Off the stick, or pardon me, the skate. And that'll be sent down the ice by the Rush. Ludi had an opening on that back door, but couldn't take the pass cleanly. Here's Andrew Urquhart. Tries to go wide on Berman. Cuts up. Plays it back to the point. Here's Swift. Swift setting things up for the Hunters. Into the middle. Back on the half wall. Tries that same play at the back door, but that one does not connect. And we have another penalty on the play. Gonna have a goaltender interference call heading to the Hunters. Short-lived power play. We'll play a little 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 17 seconds. Ludi for the Hunters in the box. He was trying for that same backdoor play and made some contact with Doucette. He'll sit for 2 minutes. Hunters control it off the draw. Lots of ice out there for both teams. Back the other way, and just offside at the line was Swift, I believe. Face off inside the neutral zone. Chopped ahead by the Rush. All the way down inside the Hunter zone. Back for it is Gibbs. Plays it ahead for Baldwin. And he'll leave it for Swift. He gains the line effectively. Shot coming off the body in front of Miller, I believe. He'll dribble into the corner. Beliveau plays it to the half wall. Swift, backdoor for Gibbs. Gibbs walks in, shot. Big save by Doucette. Couldn't find the rebound. And the Rush can't quite get it outside the zone. Good pressure here from the Hunters inside the Rush zone. Bobble at the line, but regained. Hunters walk in. Gibbs with an opportunity. Shot pad stopped off the referee. And it stays inside the zone. Just about off to the races was Ethan Miller of the Rush, but a chance for Baldwin back the other way. He'll cut back. Hunters are changing, getting some fresh bodies on the ice. It's punched away with the blocker by Doucette again. Miller will gain possession now. Only 3 seconds left in the 4-on-4. The Rush will have a short power play opportunity. Played to an open wing. Worth will step up and take that loose puck. Fire to a cross corner. That's knocked down out of the air. Rush have 30 seconds left in their second power play of the game. This one an abbreviated one. McPhee takes a shot off a body. Miller in there picking up the puck for the Rush. Battle along the half wall. Dug out by the Rush. Played to the point. McIntyre takes it off the bench, but he can't take that hot pass. Back the other way comes the Hunters. Good stick there. Boudreau couldn't find it in time. And Morris into the corner. McIntyre chips it ahead, but that's just dumped out by Miller. And the Hunters will fire it right back in. That'll do it for that abbreviated power play. Pass by Angus Huey McLean misses McIntyre. Pass across, connects with McLean. McLean headman pass. Dunn straightened up, but he gets a stick on it. Hako down low, dangerous play into the middle. Dunn just about there for the Rush. Now Boudreau beats Dunn wide. He'll have a head of steam back the other way into the middle. Gains the line. Thinks about a shot. Decides to play it on the back door, but there's no one there for the Hunters. Into the middle, deflected on goal. Trickles through Doucette, and that's the go-ahead goal for the Hunters. They take a 3-2 lead. I think it might have been Mason Morris that got a deflection on it in front, and it just squeaked through the legs of Doucette. 3-2 Hunters at the halfway point of the game. Puck's fired towards Doucette's goal, wide of the net. Morrison will pick it up, plays it high off the boards. Put down the ice. Sent right back, but no Hunter in the area to pick up that pass. Crawley gets knocked off the puck there by Boudreau. Back for it there is Ludi. Big stretch pass, connects momentarily, but he can't quite find the handle with Urquhart. Over the line, McLeod fans on the shot. Crawley in forechecking. Here comes Braden Martin with a big head of steam. He'll walk in, takes a shot off a stick and high over the goal. Ludi regains possession, but can't get it around his man, and then lays a big hit along the half wall. McLeod walks in, has an opportunity at goal, but it's deflected by Swift high over the net. Big step-up hit there by Crawley. Back the other way comes Worth, I believe, looking for a lane to the net. Sharp angle shot, rebounds there, and Doucette finds it in time. Going to take our commercial break. We'll be back with you shortly, guys.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
And we're back after that short break. Looked like Jamie Morrison was assessed a 2-minute cross-checking penalty at the end of that last play. Hunters will head to their second power play of the evening, leading 3-2, just about halfway through, or a little over halfway through the second period. Off the draw, Rush try to go all the way around, but it's kept in. Here's Swift in the middle. Pardon me, that's Gibbs to Swift. Backdoor, shot, just got enough of it. There was Doucette. Played back to the half wall for Urquhart. Into the middle. Quick shot, high and over the net. May have hit something on the way. Hunters control it. Pass is just out of the reach of Urquhart, but he gets enough of it to keep it in. Onto the half wall. Gibbs down low. Pass back to Urquhart. Urquhart shot. They score! Great puck movement by the Hunters. And an even better shot by Andrew Urquhart. Just over the pad and below the blocker. He finds the hole on Doucette. The 8:11 mark of the second period. And the Hunters jump out to a 4-2 lead. Rush try to go straight ahead with it off the draw. Not successful on that attempt. Dump back down. McIntyre with it behind his net. He's flushed out. Plays it up the wing. Chopped ahead. Out of the reach though. McIntyre chips it ahead. Possession is changed. Here's Hunters with it inside their own zone. That pass off the boards. Connects by Coletta. He avoids the big check. Puck hits a body along the boards. Kept in at the point. Quick shot. Wide of the goal. Hunters quicker to every puck at the moment. Centering pass. Connects with McKnight. His shot wide of the goal. Another quick turn towards the goal. That one misses as well. Back to the point. Hunters really firing now. That hits a body. And into the glove of Doucette. Shots on goal have gotten up to 35-13 in favor of the Hunters. They've been in full control the last 6-7 minutes of this game. Shot from the point, Worth. That shot's kicked out by Doucette. Big rebound. And the second one that comes in from the point didn't have a whole lot on it, but it is stopped as well. Hardest part of that save is trying to find it through all that traffic. Off the draw, Rush goes straight ahead. Tries to chip it by his man was Heb, but he can't get it around his man. That's Worth. Hako rags the puck up the ice and he'll dump it behind the net. Morrison with it. He plays it off the boards. Just out of the reach of Miller. He battles Worth there. Puck just gets outside the line. And it's chopped down the ice. McLeod regains possession for the Rush. Can't get quite enough on that backhand and it's kept in at the line. And looks like we're going to have a head contact penalty. This one heading to the Hunters. This one is Nate Boudreau, I believe. Actually, it's Peyton Boudreau, pardon me, of the Hunters. 2 minutes for head contact. And the Rush head back to the power play with an opportunity to cut the lead in half. It's kept in at the line by Morrison. Walks to the middle, gets it to McLeod. Back to Morrison in the middle. Morrison being shadowed nicely by Beliveau. Plays it to the half wall. Lewis can't get much on the pass down low. Puck continues along. Played to McLeod. Back to Morrison. Morrison with it. Back to McLeod on the half wall. And back to Morrison. He'll walk the line. Into the middle again. Return feed. Rush doing a nice job moving the puck on the outside, but not much towards the goal. There's finally a shot. Deflected in front. May have gotten to Polk, and he made the stop. Morrison keeps it in at the line. Played into the middle for Heb. Played back. Heb does well to keep it momentarily, and that's fired to the line, but not out. And the Hunters regroup. Doucette's out, way out of his net to play it, and he does well to get it by the forechecking Hunters player there. I believe it was Boudreau. That stretch pass is tipped off of Parker Lee, but not deep. Off the linesman at center, and now it's fired down the ice. Doucette leaves it there. Braden Martin in forechecking for the Hunters. Here's Berman for the rush, trying to gain the line. All of his teammates have to cut up, and he'll gain possession inside the zone. Puts to the far point, shot on goal, just wide of the net. May have ticked off of Polk, I'm not quite sure. Berman loses control, back the other way, breakaway for Martin, he's in. Deeks tries to go 5-hole, and that's shut down by Doucette. Turned over again to Martin, backhand shot, and that's swallowed up by Doucette. Two great shorthanded chances for the Hunters to extend their lead. Doucette's been fantastic between the pipes for the Rush this evening. Only 4 seconds left in this latest power play for the Rush. Referees just having a discussion, not allowing that late change to happen for the Hunters. Face-off's controlled by the Hunters, played down the boards. McIntyre gets a stick in there, plays it up the boards. Penalty's over. Goodrow couldn't play that puck as he was heading off for the change after the penalty expired. Kept in at the line by Crawley. Tries to make his man miss. Played down low for Lee. Lee in the corner. Rims it all the way around for McIntyre. McIntyre will fire it right back down where it came from. Lee picks it up. Centering pass just in the skates of Crawley. He couldn't take it. And that's played to the line and out off of McIntyre's stick. Pass across for McLean. McLean will gain the line and fire it in. Give chase. Guthrow's in there. Gets a stick on it. Puck's played around to McIntyre. His shot off the body in front. McLean just chips it back in. Rush will have to tag up. Lots of time here for Hako. He'll make one man miss, and now he'll gain the line. Dished off. Urquhart has it. Looking for a lane to the net. He's sealed in the corner, but it's played back to Swift. Swift with a shot. That's gloved down by Doucette as bodies are flying in front. Face off inside the Rush zone. McLeod in front of his own goal. Headman pass. And he'll follow it up as it's chopped off the stick of Andrea. Puck's down low inside the Hunter zone, but they have possession. That lead pass connects at center. Morris is sealed off nicely by Andrea. Played off the boards and over the head of Swift, and that'll dribble down the ice, but not enough for icing. Hunters regroup in their own zone. Pass across the ice, connects with Gibbs. Gibbs down the wing. He'll cut into the middle. Leaves it there for Baldwin. Baldwin's shot on the short side, stopped by Doucette. Big collision along the boards. Turned over to Baldwin. Baldwin centering pass. Morrison gets a stick on it before it could get to the target. Rush with possession. Morrison fires it across the ice to Andrea. He'll play it off the boards, but gloved down by the Hunters at center and played to an open wing. Swift walks in, gains the line. Quick shot. Blocked there by Doucette. Rebounds there as well. There's another shot on goal, and that one is gloved and held by Doucette. Boudreau in a dangerous spot with a little bit of traffic in front, but Doucette finds it. .204 remaining in the second. Rush control the draw. Berman flips it high. Off Heb at center. Icing's waved off. Hako plays it to an open wing. Played into the middle off the stick. Quick shot towards the goal. Nowhere near the net. Polk redirects it there for Worth. Worth skates it out of his zone. Tries to make a pass into the middle off the skate of Miller. And it's sent down the ice right on Doucette. He casually plays it to his D. And that's a big stretch pass, but out of the reach of Gideon. And that's swept to an open wing. Lewis forechecking. Gets it back to Gideon. That clearing attempt was blocked. Rush trying to get some cycle play going here. As Gideon tries the centering pass, that's negated. And the Hunters try to get it up the boards, but that's shut down as well. Heb in there for the rush, sealing the wall. Here's Gideon, has it knocked off his stick. Berman pinches in. Good play from Lee to cover that up for Berman. And it's sent right back down. We're into the final minute of play. Rush have to tag up as they're offside due to a change at the bench. That long second period change. Good play from Crawley. Good back pressure. But the Hunters still have possession momentarily at least. Berman regains it. Pass across. Hits Lee. His pass over to Crawley. He has to take it behind him. And he's rubbed out along the boards. Hunters pick it up inside their zone. Headman pass connects with Worth. He'll gain the line and fire it in. Rims all the way around for Boudreau. He's knocked off the puck by Lee, and Berman will regroup behind his own net with only a few seconds left. And that will do it for the second period of play. After two, Hunters 4, Rush 2. Shots on goal, 39-14 in favor of the Hunters. We'll be back after the intermission and the flood. Talk to you soon. And we're back for the third period of action between the Rush and the Hunters. After 2 periods of play, it's the Hunters 4, Rush 2. Shots on goal 39-14, also in favor of the Hunters. Just about ready to drop the puck for the third period. The Rush did jump out to a 2-1 lead in the second with a goal from Parker Lee. It was quickly answered by the Hunters, who ran off a string of 3 straight goals to take the 4-2 lead. The latest was a power play marker by Andrew Urquhart. Also lighting the lamp was Braden Martin, Remy Beliveau, and Mason Morris. And we're about ready to go. Here we go. Rush control it off the draw. McLeod to Morrison, back to McLeod. He'll skate it through the neutral zone, has it chopped off his stick. Back the other way, dangerously come the Hunters. Puck's thrown around a little bit inside the zone. That's fired towards the goal, off a stick and out of play. Also scoring for the Rush, I mentioned Parker Lee found the back of the net. Dylan Gideon opened the scoring for the Rush in the first period. Puck's played behind the net for Berman. He'll rim it all the way around. Crawley can't pick up the pass, but lifts the stick of the onrushing defenseman. Puck dribbles down the ice. Hunters will come in transition. Gibbs gets the line, fires it in. Berman chops it off the boards, kept in at the line. Lee plays it high, off the body of Gibbs and down the ice. He has Guthrow forechecking. Berman steps up on his man, but it's chipped outside the zone. It's going to be, should have been an offside call, as I believe it hit Berman inside the zone. Here's Gibbs with it. Stretch pass, connects there. And quickly into the zone come the Hunters. McPhee knocks his man off the puck, played behind the goal. Off of McIntyre, played to the point. Quick shot on goal, stopped by Doucette. That'll get the Hunters to the 40-shot mark. 18:50 left in the third period. Face-off won by the Rush, played around by McLean. Jammed up along the dasher, comes free for the Rush, played off the boards and out. Back in his own zone is Hocko, plays it across for Worth. Worth will gain the line and fire it down. McIntyre will glove it down and take it behind his goal. Avoids the check, plays it around. Miller picks up the pass, but can't quite get by Hocko with it. Miller in forechecking. Hunters warding off that attack. Played to an open wing. Coletta takes a big hit from Miller, but gets the pass away. Angus Huey McLean back in his own zone for the Rush. Stripped of the puck, but lays his man out in the corner. Coletta comes in to give him a push. And here's Luke Andrea back the other way for the Rush, surrounded by 4 Hunters. He'll gain the line and chip it in and give chase. Kept in at the line by Miller, left there for McIntyre. McIntyre will just play it down to the corner, absorbs the check. Hunters trying to avoid the forecheck of the Rush. Dangerously off the side of the net, but there's no Rush in the area to take advantage. Played to an open wing, but Goodrow couldn't take it cleanly. Here's McIntyre with it. Puts it ahead from Miller, or sorry, that's Heb, pardon me. Heb takes a shot, high rising one, over the glove of Polk. Played to the boards, kept in at the line by McLeod. McLeod double clutches, gets the pass across to Heb. Heb's knocked off the puck, and that'll just get outside the line. Bodies flying all over the ice at the moment. Big pile up along the boards in front of the Hunters bench. Comes free for Heb. Heb battling hard to get the shot away, but can't do so. Sent wide of the goal. Boudreau plays it ahead. Into the middle of the ice, turned over again. Here's Morrison with it. Morrison will gain the line. He'll have a shot on goal. High off of Polk and into the corner. Baldwin chips it up the wing. Connects there with Beliveau. Beliveau off the boards. Back to Baldwin. Or pardon me, it's Morris. He's erased in the corner by Morrison. Big pile up in the corner. Not much happening at the moment. Referee's having a good look at it. Finally comes free behind the net. McLeod battling his man but can't get the puck up the wing. Crawley with a chance but can't beat his man with it. Now Morrison has an opportunity. Plays it off the boards and down the ice. Hum with it. Plays it across. Connects with Swift. Swift headman pass for Beliveau and that'll gain the line. Here's Lewis with it. Plays it off the boards and just does get it outside. Hunter's regrouping at center. Swift with it again. Off the stick of Morris, down low. McPhee goes back for it. Battles Baldwin back behind the net. Centering pass off the pad of Doucette, and he'll hold for a whistle. Hunters control it off the draw. Gibbs will have a shot towards the goal. Rebounds there. Another stop by Doucette. That's knocked out of the air. What looked like a high stick, but play continues. Gibbs plays it into the middle off the stick. Back the other way. McPhee plays it ahead, but that's going to be an icing call on the rush. 15:04 left in the third. Bit of a scrappy back and forth start to the third period. Not a whole lot happening. Not a whole lot of flow to the game. Off the draw, just chipped out of the reach. Gibbs takes a wild shot towards the net, wide into the corner. Rims all the way around, blocked in front. Played to the line and out. Gibbs plays it back. That connects with Martin into the middle. He gets on his horse and rubs McPhee out in the corner. It's turned over there to Berman. He'll reverse play. Played off the boards just to the line. It does squeak out. Hunters have possession inside their own zone. Hard pass. And we're going to have a penalty. Looks like a head contact call is going to be made. Braden Martin may have gotten under the skin of the Rush defenseman, Deacon McPhee, and he retaliates with a bit of a head shot. He'll sit for 2 minutes or less. I believe it's the 2-minute variety. Oh, pardon me. It's the double minor for head contact. He'll sit for 4 minutes or less. Hunters back to the power play. They were successful on their last attempt. That puck into the middle, backhanded down the ice as that shot was fanned on by Worth. Miller back forechecking for the Rush. Pins it up along the boards and knocks his man down. Doing great work, killing some valuable seconds off this 4-minute double minor to McPhee. Andrea steps up and puts the puck back down to the corner for the Rush. Worth regroups there. That stretch pass is going to connect with Beliveau at center. Played into the middle for Hocko. Hocko passes it to the half wall. Back to Hocko at the point. Into the middle for Worth, but he has to take it off a skate. Played over to the near side here. Baldwin thinks about a shot. Instead, he passes it. One-time shot, and that's stopped by Doucette, and it's fired down the ice. Rush trying to get a quick change in, but Polk plays it ahead. That's going to be sent down the ice for the second time by the Rush. Miller lifts the stick of Worth, but can't get a shot away. Instead, he'll pin it along the boards, trying to kill some valuable seconds again. 2:42 to go in the double minor to McPhee. Worth, who's been on for quite a while for the Hunters, is trying to regroup in his own zone. Headman pass connects. Into the middle for Martin, who drew the penalty on McPhee. He battles it to the corner, centering pass. No one there for the Hunters. Comes all the way back for Gibbs. Gibbs to Urquhart. Urquhart will regroup. Back to Gibbs at the center. Onto the half wall. They'll switch places. Swift. Backdoor connects. Double clutches. Gets it away and scores. Beating Doucette over the glove. And another power play goal for the Hunters. They extend the lead to 5-2. Second of the game scored by Braden Martin. And they hadn't quite killed off the first minor. So they still have to kill a 2-minute penalty. Hunters will stay on the power play, looking to extend the lead. They gain the line and fire it down. McLeod into the corner first. Chips it by the first man, but it's kept in at the line. Into the middle. Gibbs with it. Back into the quarterback position. Quick shot on the half wall. Bit of a sharp angle shot, and that misses. And that'll carry him all the way down the ice. Gibbs back for it. Hedman forechecking. Gibbs gets it pointed in the right direction for the Hunters. They gain the line. Tried to play it on the weak side. It's sent down the ice by McLeod of the Rush. Gibbs again takes the quick up from his goaltender, Polk. Into the middle is Martin. Martin bumped off the puck. McIntyre chops it away from him. Puck's dragged to the front of the net, and that'll be cleared by the Rush, Austin Miller. Into the final minute of the double minor to McPhee. Urquhart gains the line, cuts up at the half wall, plays it back to the point. Boudreau with it. Boudreau takes a quick shot. That's an easy stop for Doucette, and he'll hold for a whistle. .11:06 to go in the third period. Hunters now have jumped out to a 3-goal lead with a 5-2 score over the Rush. 45-16, shots on goal. Clean face-off win by the Hunters. Here's Hum on the near point. Back to the quarterback. Boudreau, his shot, misses the goal. Andrea takes a stab at it. It's kept in at the line. Hum has it now with an opportunity to shoot. That's off a body or the glove of Doucette, and that'll just miss the net. There's Hum into the middle. Has it knocked away by Miller, and he'll fire it down the ice again. Good penalty killing from Austin Miller of the Rush. Andrea in forechecking. Flushes his man out behind the goal. Boudreau gains the line, lots of speed, quick shot on goal, and that's stopped by Doucette again. Rush having to respect the speed of the on-rushing Hunters players, but they're giving up that blue line quite easily. Face-off wasn't done fairly. They'll wave Miller out of the face-off circle. This one is controlled by the Hunters. Quick shot towards the net, just wide of Doucette's goal. Morrison battling down low in the corner. Comes free. Passed into the middle of the ice. That'll connect. Quick shot on goal. Punched away by Polk, by Syliboy. Miller battling along the wall. Stripped of the puck by Beliveau. That'll be played out to neutral ice. There's Morrison inside his own zone. Quick pass ahead, connects with Ethan Miller. Miller will gain the line. Shot on goal, pad stop. Punch to the corner. Coletta plays it all the way around for Worth. And Worth will chip it up the wing, and that'll be an easy out for the Hunters. Chipped ahead for Coletta, but just out of his reach. Morrison will take over there. Good play from Coletta to be on his hip pocket. Disrupt that breakout attempt. Here's Liam McLeod off the boards, glove down, quick shot towards the goal, juggled, but held onto by Doucette. We'll take our final commercial break, and we'll be back with you shortly, guys.
Today's game is fueled by Some Good, the clean, natural hydration shots trusted by athletes across Atlantic Canada. Packed with unfiltered apple cider, electrolytes, and no artificial junk, Some Good keeps you hydrated the right way, whether you're on the ice, in the gym, or cheering from the stands. It tastes unreal, it's good for you, and it supports local. Grab a Some Good and feel the difference. Hydration made simple, performance made better.
And we're back for the final stretch of the third period. Rush try to go straight ahead with it off the draw. That's knocked down into the air. Played off a body. Caroms to the middle of the ice for Lee. He'll get the line and fire it in. Polk stops it behind his goal. Tries to leave it there. Almost turned over to Guthrow. Played high off the glass. It will be kept in at the line by McIntyre. He'll play it back down behind the goal. Turned over for Gibbs there. Gibbs plays it up the wing. McIntyre will cut that off. Play it off the boards, but Hunters will have to tag up. McLean gets it ahead. That's chipped down by Lee. Guthrow gives chase. Centering pass. No one there for the rush. Kept in at the line by McIntyre. He'll play it off the boards and down. Guthrow tries to seal his man along the boards. Hunters break it out cleanly. Back pressure is good there from Lee. Crawley picks it up, gets it ahead to Guthrow. He's all alone. Fires it to the cross corner. Rush will go for a quick change. Gibbs, cross ice feed. Headman pass, turned over. McIntyre puts it ahead. Andrea in, tries to go backhand forehand, but it's off the stick and just wide of the goal. Back come the Hunters the other way. Unable to get a shot away is Ludi. He's forechecked nicely with a few different sticks of the rush. Here's McIntyre. He'll play it hard off the boards. That's going to be down the ice. Misses the stick at center of Andrea. It'll come all the way back down inside the rush zone. 7:41 left in the period. Off the draw, straight ahead, goes Urquhart with it. He's erased in the corner, played to the line, but kept in. Penalty coming on the play to the Hunters. Flipped high, and that'll be gloved down at center as the Hunters touch up. Head contact penalty is coming. This one's going to be Cameron Urquhart. 2-minute variety for head contact. Rush will head back to the power play. 7:23 remaining. Trying to cut into this Hunters lead. Morrison plays it behind the goal. It'll rim all the way around for Lewis. Lewis bobbles it on the half wall, gets it ahead to Austin Miller. His shot is off a stick, and then it'll ramp up over the glass.
37 seconds. Urquhart
Hum knocked down behind the net, and that will do it for the Rush power play. Tripping is going to be the call. Luke Andrea. Takes the tripping call, and this is a 4-minute tripping call. Not something you see every day. Face-off comes all the way down to the Rush zone. Play some 4-on-4 for about 1 minute and 40 seconds, and then the Hunters will head back to the power play. Played down low for Baldwin. He leaves it there for Beliveau. Beliveau sweeping outside the far post. Can't get the shot away. Hako keeps it in at the line. Chip to the middle. Just misses Baldwin's stick, and that give-and-go play with Beliveau back to Baldwin almost connects again, if not for the glove of Mason Doucette. Great puck movement by this Hunters team. And they were that close to getting their 6th goal of the evening. Worth plays it to the open corner. Battled hard there by McLeod. And the Rush aren't able to get it outside the line. Great dangle. What a pass on the back door. And a beautiful goal by the Hunters to cash on the 4-on-4 opportunity. Finished off by Remy Beliveau, but the real play was made by Baldwin, walking around the Rush defense and finding Beliveau on the back door for the tap-in goal. 6-2 with 6:24 to go in the third in favor of the Hunters. Played back. Here's McPhee with it. Back into the middle. Berman, he's stripped of the puck. He'll battle back into the half wall. Comes away with the puck again. He'll regroup. Still 4-on-4 for another 47 seconds. Stepped in was Gibbs. Quick shot. It's going to go high over the net, but just to be safe, Doucette gloves it down. Rush are having a tough time breaking out of their own zone. A little disjointed. Forwards a little too far up. Got to come back to support those defense a little bit more. At the point is Swift. He puts it into the middle. That pass misses Coletta. He can't find it in his feet. It'll come out to the neutral zone. Here's Gibbs. Gaining some speed. Gains the line. Drops it off for Coletta. Coletta walks in. Quick shot on goal. That's gloved down by Doucette. Easy stop there for Mason Doucette. Not one of his most challenging ones of the 52 he's faced this evening. Draws scrum, comes free for McLean. McLean loses the puck momentarily, battles it back. He'll skate things back the other way for the Rush. Tries to walk around his man, instead tries to go through him. Lays a hit in the corner, drops it off for Miller. Miller with it, skates it to the point. He'll cut up, has it knocked off his stick just as the penalty ends. McIntyre's the last man back with Urquhart driving into the middle. McIntyre cuts that pass off as well, and it's played to the line just out. Hunters with possession again. Gibbs plays it across. They're on the power play now for another 2 minutes. Pass into the middle. Good play from Lewis to negate that pass. Played all the way around. Miller had left his spot looking for a breakout pass. And the Hunters have possession again. Boudreau with a shot. That's stopped. Rebound knocked out of the air, but Doucette couldn't find it. And the Rush can't clear it at the zone. Lewis has an opportunity. Quick shot. Glove down by Doucette as Swift walked into a dangerous spot. Some quality plays by the Rush. but some careless ones as well. When you have an opportunity to clear the puck on the power play or the penalty kill, you have to do it, otherwise you're burned. They get lucky with Doucette making a great glove save there, but they've already given up 3 power play goals in this game. Hunters with possession. Back to the point for Hum. Hum walks in, has it roll off his stick. Played to the wall, kept in at the boards by Hum into the middle. Woodrow shot. It's more of a shot pass. Doesn't get to the net. Into the near corner. Back to the point for Hum. That gets into the middle. Boudreau. Back to Boudreau at the point. He walks in, has a quick shot on goal. Easy stop from Doucette. As Baldwin's knocked down in front of the goal. Oh, pardon me, that's Morris. .403 remaining in the game. Hunters 6, Rush 2. 58 seconds left in this latest power play for the Hunters. Here's Hum with it at the near point, into the middle. Baldwin, backdoor pass, redirected wide, and they score! Off the backboards, comes quickly in front of the net. Not sure who finished it off. Looks like Mason Morris with his second of the game. Jammed it home by Doucette. And this game has opened up pretty quickly in this third period. It's 7-2 in favor of the Hunters. Passes off a stick, but it'll reach its target. Hocko gains the line. Plays it to the far corner. McLeod in picking it up there. Drops it off. Played across for Morrison. Morrison up the wing to Heb into the center for Parker Lee. One of the goal scorers for the Rush has it knocked off his stick. Ethan Miller with it. Trying to rag the puck in the corner to find an open man. Has it knocked away. McLeod with a quick shot. Tipped just wide of the far post in front by Miller. Morrison pinches along the near boards. Keeps it in momentarily. Miller toe picks chasing that puck. And it's going to be an easy exit for the Hunters the other way. Hocko one-on-one with McLeod. McLeod takes him to the corner. And he'll chip it off the boards. Here's Lee with it. He'll play the puck ahead, just out of the reach of Miller. And the Hunters will regroup. Here's Hocko, chips it ahead. That one connects with Urquhart. Urquhart walks in, has a shot, but McIntyre blocks it before it can get to the goal. That shot blocked as well by McLean. And he'll take the puck and go the other way. Knocks his man down and continues chasing the puck. Austin Miller tries to get after it, but he's held up momentarily, and that's sent down the ice. It's going to be an icing call on the Hunters. .221 is all that's left in this one. Hunters holding a commanding 7-2 lead. Off the draw, the Rush try to go straight ahead with it towards the goal. Piled up behind the net, comes free for Miller. Miller with it, gets it to McIntyre, but he can't take it cleanly. He'll walk in. Gets it to Miller. Miller with a shot, rebounds there, they score! Rebound comes out front off the Miller shot, and it's deposited into the goal for his second of the game, Dylan Gideon of the Rush. And they cut into the lead late here in the third period, 7-3. Off the draw, played ahead, just out of the reach of Gideon. It'll slide all the way down the ice. No icing on the play. Miller in forechecking, played it into the middle. Dangerously for the Hunters, but they get away with it. Swift back the other way with lots of speed. He's sealed to the wall by Berman. Puck comes out. Shot by Gibbs. Nice shoulder stop by Doucette. Another chance, and that's stopped as well. Doucette's been fantastic as that's airmailed outside the ice surface for a whistle. Face-off will come back down inside the Rush zone. Minute and 38 left in the third. Rush control it. Dangerous play off the side of the net. Into the middle. What a stop by Doucette. And he's bowled over. And that will be a penalty. And the Rush do a little pushing and shoving as Doucette was clearly knocked over in the crease. Hopefully he's all right after this fantastic game he's played. Andrew Urquhart of the Hunters, the one who made contact with Doucette, and Deacon McPhee of the Rush, the one who gave Urquhart a little bit of a shove afterwards. They'll both sit. Still be 5-on-5, I believe. Hunters have the draw. Quick shot towards the goal. Easy stop for Doucette. Still 5-on-5 action out there. McLeod has it for the Rush. Plays it off the boards. Kept in by Hum at the line. Another shot towards the goal. Deflected. Big save by Doucette as that's deflected right to a Hunter on the back door. Couldn't beat Doucette. Here's Andrea with it through the neutral zone. Hum tries to step up and hit him. He avoids the check but loses the puck. Quick shot by McLeod wide of the goal. Hunter's Hum has it along the boards, absorbs the check from Andrea. Heb in there digging for the puck as well. Huge pile up along the half wall, finally comes free. Baldwin drops it off there for Boudreau. Boudreau, stretch pass. Connects with his man, Baldwin. Baldwin cuts to the center. Quick shot on goal. Rebounds there. Hops over the stick of McKnight before he can get the shot away. Kept in by Hum at the line. He walks around his man. Can't quite get the shot away, and we're into the final 10 seconds of the period now. McLeod chips it ahead, but he's erased effectively. Hum has it again. And he'll reverse play, and that should just about do it for this one. The Rush will skate it out. Final score 7-3 in favor of the Hunters over the Rush. Final shots on goal 56-20 in favor of the Hunters. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Enjoy your Saturday night. My name is Jeff McIntyre for High Button Sports. We'll see you tomorrow for the rematch at around 11:30. Bye-bye.